Hey guys, it's Justin Gill with another Tutorial Tuesday video. This is going to be another weathering video for the weathering, segment of Tutorial Tuesday. What we're going to do this time is we're going to look at filtering. So what filtering is say, for example, I have this piece. It's weathered, it's damaged, it's heavy, but it's so plain white. So what does a filter do? A filter is basically going to be a very, 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 very thin layer of paint. This is the MIG Brown for White. You can spray this through an airbrush if you thin it down. A lot of people spray their filters through airbrush. I'm going to brush this on, and the idea is to just kind of get your surface like dampened. You're not gonna like kind of spray it all, or not spray it, but you're not going to layer it all over and put it real heavy like you would a full coat of paint. The idea is that your base color and other stuff is going to show through this. So you put it on very thin, very fine. Let me find an alligator clip. I know there was one right here. Where did I put it? Whatever. And it sort of adds that layer of dinginess to what you're doing. Now you don't have to use this in weathering either. You can also use a filter to kind of shift a color into a different direction. If you painted something like, say, a blue and it's too light, you can apply like a thin layer of a different blue to kind of pull it in the direction that you want. It's kind of how shading works. Except, for this, in this instance, this is going to dry and it's not going to be like totally even, and it's going to look like dirt has accumulated around the model. So that's basically all you want, is enough to kind of pull the base color of what you've done in a different direction. It's really nothing more than that. This is an enamel-based filter. I believe you can also use filters from just about anything. I don't know if I've never heard of like lacquer filters, but to my knowledge, a filter is just a really thin down paint. It's not a matter of what kind of paint it is. You can use anything as a filter. You just have to thin it down properly enough and apply it in a way that you're going to get the effect that you want. So this is going to just kind of dry. A little bit is pooled down here at the bottom. That's fine. As long as it's not pooling all over. And it's going to, when it dries, it will give that really dirty appearance. And that's kind of what I'm looking for. So it looks cool right now. It's not super white like it was before. And when you're weathering something, it's not always going to stay the color that it was. It's going to kind of take on some of the colors of the environment that you were in prior to that. So that's what I'm going for, and that seems to be working. It's also filled that panel line, which is fine. And another thing that's cool about this is it's enamel, so I can just use some enamel thinner and wipe some of it off if it's too much or if I'm unhappy. So it's really straightforward to use, really easy to do. And it gets a really good looking effect when you're finished. So this one's been really quick. Actually, I thought that I would be spending a little bit more time on this, but it actually came out really short. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and hopefully you learned a little something. I'm, again, not an expert at using all this stuff, but sometimes it takes more layers than others in weathering to make simple effects stand out. So as you can see, I've done a ton of different things on this piece. So maybe there'll be more as I get along. Maybe there won't. I don't know. But hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I will see you with the next video. Later.